if our immigration, we can't trust INEC, we can't trust immigration, we can't trust police, we can't trust army, we can't trust our president. Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for joining me in this video, and I'm greeting you according to your time. So guys, like you all know, Peter Obi was arrested last week Friday in UK as he landed in the travel. He was arrested and detained for 4 good hours. So after much more interrogation for good 4 hours, they had to let him go. And the reason is because his passport was cool. When somebody passport's cool, that means somebody somewhere is using that same passport, the identity in that passport in another booklet somewhere. But that one is only still valid, but someone else had that same passport with his fingerprint, with his thumbprint or fingerprint on that particular passport. So what does that mean? That means that before this passport can be duplicated, there is a high personnel or a high person, somebody that is in there is some high position as a president, as a governor, as a president-elect, as an immigration officer, as a very senior person in immigration office in Abuja that can do that. With the help of that person, that is the only way somebody's passport can be duplicated or got cloned. Why do I say so? If you have passport, you and I know that when you have passport, your passport is just you, and when you lose that passport, the only way you can replace that passport is by you going to Abuja. If you're in Qatar, if you're in Nigeria, the only way you can replace your passport, or the only way they can issue that passport back to you, is only when you go to Abuja immigration office in Abuja, because that is the only place they can retrieve back your information. And even if you're renewing your passport in anywhere in Nigeria or even outside the country, wherever you are, if you want to renew your passport, they will still need to enter your details and retrieve the information from Abuja before they will be able to renew your passport. Otherwise, they will not be able to renew your passport except Abuja bring up the information. So if Peter Obi passport got duplicated, whatever thing they say it happened to the passport, that means there is organ in immigration way help them to duplicate the passport, and that can only happen with the help like of somebody that is on top, so that if the thing like gas, if the yaman gas, this person will be able to protect this particular officer in immigration. And you guys know that before somebody will be able to do that, is either somebody that has the power to call an immigration officer, a high rank immigration officer to do this, should be maybe a governor, a senator, a president-elect, you guys know. And for the fact say for some times now, Peter Obi, they have been trying like any means to arrest Peter Obi by DSS, to leak his audio calls, to see if there is anything tangible he might have made a mistake to say on his own personal phone. They asked his network provider to leak those audios. But so unfortunate to them, there was no tangible thing that they can hold hand like to use arrest Peter Obi. And finally, they were able to tweak it, go so far like going it the other way by duplicating his passport, so that, because you don't say he's a traveler, so that when he travel to UK, he'll be arrested there, and maybe for criminal charge, or maybe for something else. And by so doing, they have publicly told the whole world that no part of our sectors in Nigeria is actually working. Is indeed an embarrassment. It shows indeed that the whole system, the whole part of Nigeria, our systems, our sectors, they are all corrupt and criminals. And even them where they on top now, as they are traveling, they'll be looking at them as all criminals, because any country, any state knows that the only way somebody's passport can be duplicated is only when a high person in immigration from Abuja authorize that. And for the person to authorize it, the person will say this thing is already a criminal character. Is criminal of that person to duplicate somebody's information, identity in another booklet. So the whole world now, they don't already tell the whole world, say, oh, we know the only trickish, we are criminal Our government are criminal. Our president are criminal. The citizens, some of the citizens don't jaga their life. This is just to tell them, because if you don't renew passport, if you have passport, you should know exactly what I'm telling you, and you should be able to make out meaning from what I've just said. Because for somebody's passport to be duplicated, it's not something to joke about. Like when I just got this information, how to like reason it, I know that the only way this passport can be duplicated is from Abuja. No part of Nigeria that the immigration can duplicate this passport. It's only in Abuja, our FCT, and that is where this whole mess, that is where this whole corruption, criminal act was being done. So they do so that they will arrest Peter Obi. But luckily for them, Peter Obi is somebody that has stayed in UK for decades. So even them in UK knows that this man can't really do this, and that is why when they want to arrest him in UK, they give him a little note for an interrogation. And when he went there, maybe it was when he finally found out that wow, this is what actually happened. Because even him carrying his passport, his booklet, he never knew that something of that nature had gone wrong. So that is to tell you the world we are now in Nigeria. Things are really getting mercy. Things are really getting so out of hand that only God knows what our government is ready to do with us now. If our immigration, we can't trust INEC, we can't trust immigration, we can't trust police, we can't trust army, we can't trust our president, we can't trust our governors. Which person can we trust them in Nigeria? Even our citizens, ourselves, we can't even trust our citizens, because our citizens, most of them are so blinded with selfish interests, what they will get, what they stand to gain. Just them. Nobody really care about each other. So it's only God now that can help us. This is just my own thought and how I feel about Peter Obi passport that is being duplicated. I know that the only reason or the only way Peter Obi passports can be duplicated is either Tinubu call, Buhari call, Senator call, Governor call. It's among these big people in our society. That is the only way this passport can be duplicated. So somebody out there should call these people and let them come and explain how Peter Obi passport got duplicated. Okay guys, let me end this video. Feel free to share your own thoughts in the comment section. With that said, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you back in my next video. God bless you and bye.